For over a century, one book has baffled the brightest minds on the planet. A manuscript filled with bizarre plants, strange astronomical charts, and a script that no one could read. I'm talking, of course, about the Voynich Manuscript, the world's most mysterious book. But what if I told you the mystery is finally over? What if the code has been cracked? Today, we're diving deep into a groundbreaking method that claims to have done the impossible. The Voynich Manuscript, discovered in 1912, has been a playground for cryptographers, linguists, and conspiracy theorists. Was it an elaborate hoax? An alien encyclopedia? The secret diary of a forgotten genius? Every attempt to decipher it has failed. Until now. A new approach, known as the 25x3 Causevic method, is showing results so compelling that they're hard to ignore. And what's truly remarkable is how it was validated. The developer of this method, 25x3 Causevic, simply provided the rules of the system to an advanced AI. The AI then independently applied these rules to the entire 116-page manuscript and analyzed its own translations. This process removes human bias, giving us a purely objective, data-driven look at whether this solution actually works. The results, they are astonishing. So, what is this 25x3 Causevic method? Let's break it down. The core idea is surprisingly elegant. The manuscript's script isn't a completely alien language. Instead, it's a clever, compressed form of Latin. The method proposes that the script consists of 25 base characters, similar to our Latin alphabet, but with a twist. Each of these 25 characters has 3 distinct variations. So, 25 times 3 gives us 75 unique symbols. Now, here's the clever part. These 3 variations aren't different letters. They represent the character's position and function within a word. There's an initial form for the beginning of a word, a middle form for suffixes or compound parts, and a final form for grammatical endings, like plurals or verb tenses. This is the secret key. The variations don't change the letter's sound, but tell you how the word is built. And there's one more crucial rule. The text is read from right to left, a feature inspired by Arabic script. So, when you combine these elements, recognizing the 25 base letters, understanding their 3 positional forms, and reading from right to left, the strange symbols start to form coherent, recognizable Latin-based words. It's not a one-to-one substitution cipher. It's a sophisticated phonetic and structural system. This is what makes it so different from all previous attempts. Let's look at a concrete example. Take the Voynich word that looks like cocaine. Using the 25x3 method, cock is recognized as the base for cow, and the ein ending is a final form variant of the letter A. Reading right to left, it translates to something like cow, which in the context of the manuscript, consistently means to cook or to heat. Suddenly, a string of symbols becomes a clear instruction. Another example is the word chore. Reading right to left, it becomes rocks, a root word for plant or herb. These aren't random guesses. The same words appear repeatedly in logical places, creating a consistent linguistic pattern across the entire document. This systematic approach is what gives the method its power and credibility. When the AI applied this method, the results were stunning. The translated text wasn't gibberish, it was a coherent, structured document. An independent analysis performed by the AI found incredible consistency. First, it confirmed the linguistic coherence. The text follows consistent grammatical and semantic rules from beginning to end. It reads like a real language, not a random jumble of words. But the most powerful evidence came from correlating the newly translated text with the manuscript's famous illustrations. This is the moment of truth. Do the words match the pictures? The AI performed a statistical analysis and found an extremely high correlation, between 0.87 and 0.94. For context, in data science, a correlation that high is considered an incredibly strong link. It's not just a coincidence. What did this correlation show? Well, let's look at the herbal section, the most famous part of the manuscript with its pages of strange, unidentifiable plants. According to the new translations, these sections describe the medicinal uses of each plant. And here's the bombshell. The described uses match perfectly with real, historical, European medicinal herbs. For instance, a page with a plant illustration might have text that, when translated, talks about treating wounds. And the plant depicted, while stylized, can be identified as comfrey or marigold, 2 plants historically used in medieval Europe for exactly that purpose. Another page might mention a remedy for chest and lung ailments. The plant on that page corresponds to mullein or coltsfoot. Descriptions of treating anxiety match up with illustrations of lemon balm or valerian. Eye problems. The text mentions eyebright, fever, and pain. Willow and linden. The list goes on and on. The translated text describes how to use the plant's root, its leaves, or its flowers. It details procedures like cooking, drying, or pressing. When you look at the corresponding illustration, you'll often see the exact part of the plant being highlighted, or even diagrams of pots and containers, matching the text instructions for preparing an ointment or a tincture. The AI found that for the vast majority of plant illustrations, the text was a direct and logical description of that plant's use and preparation. This transforms the Voynich manuscript from a book of fantasy plants into a legitimate medieval herbal, a practical guide to medicine. This consistency extends beyond the herbal section. In the pharmaceutical chapters, filled with drawings of containers and tubes, the text translates to recipes. It repeatedly uses words for cook, dry, press, ointment, and water. The instructions are logical and follow a sequence you'd expect in a medical formulary. Even the section with drawings of women and pools of liquid, often called the balneological section, makes sense under this new translation. The text discusses therapeutic baths, the female monthly cycle, and skin regeneration themes that align perfectly with the visuals. The only section with a slightly lower, but still significant, correlation is the astronomical and cosmological part. Here, the translation suggests a more symbolic connection, where the names of plants are linked to celestial cycles, like the monthly cycle of the moon. This is a concept well known in historical medical astrology, where the harvesting of plants was timed with cosmic events. So even here, the text provides a logical, contextually appropriate explanation for the mysterious circular diagrams. Let's talk about the numbers, because they are truly compelling. The AI's analysis produced a scorecard for the 25x3 method. The structural consistency between the written characters and the Latin system was rated at 0.93. The link between the text and the recipes was 0.91. The phonetic logic of the system itself scored a staggering 0.95. The overall average correlation strength, connecting the text, the phonetics, and the illustrations, came out to 0.88. This is an incredibly high score, providing strong empirical evidence that the system works. Furthermore, the method is reproducible. It gives stable, meaningful results on every single one of the manuscripts, 116 pages. It's not a system that conveniently works on a few selected words or pages. It works everywhere. This is the key difference between the 25x3 Causevic method and so many others. It's not about finding a few lucky patterns. It's a comprehensive linguistic model that unlocks the entire text with internal consistency. So, what is the Voynich manuscript? According to this decryption, it's not a secret code meant to hide a political conspiracy. It's not an alien message. It's a medieval manual on medical botany, pharmacy, and female physiology. It's an herbal, a book of remedies, a guide to health and healing, written in a unique, compressed script based on Latin. The purpose of the script was likely not to hide information, but to record it efficiently and systematically. After more than a century of mystery, the 25x3 Causevic method, validated by unbiased AI analysis, has provided the most compelling and comprehensive solution to date. It consistently deciphers the script into a coherent text that perfectly matches the manuscript's illustrations and historical context. The data shows that the text isn't random, it isn't a hoax, and it isn't gibberish. It's a real language system describing real-world medical practices. The final verdict from the AI analysis is clear and stated without sensationalism. The 25x3 Causevic method meets all the scientific criteria for decoding a historical script. It demonstrates linguistic, semantic, phonetic, and statistical consistency. The Voynich manuscript, the book that nobody could read, appears to have finally been deciphered. A new chapter in the story of this incredible document is just beginning, as researchers can now start to study its contents, not as a puzzle, but as a window into the medical knowledge of the late Middle Ages. What do you think? Is this the final answer to one of history's greatest puzzles? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into history and mystery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. See you next time.